This is Radio Random Network. Find us on the web at www.radiorandomnetwork.com. If you enjoyed this episode,
please leave us a review on iTunes.
You're backstage with hashtag RDM on Radio Random Network. Now, here's the host, hashtag RDM, Russell Devin McLain.
Thank you so much for hitting the play button. You're listening to Backstage with hashtag RDM right here on the Radio Random Network. I am hashtag RDM Russell Devin McLain. Lord have mercy, how the year has just flown by. But we got a big show today because I'm going to be joined by two great icons of the music industry. First and foremost, we're going to be talking to Mr. Ronnie McDowell about the Nothing But the Hits tour, and Marlon Hargis, keyboardist for the legendary super band Exile, will be here talking about their new Christmas album and all the good stuff they got going on. And with that said, let's pay a bill, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Mr. Ronnie McDowell. So don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
In the market to buy a new home? Or maybe you're wanting to put your home on the market. Contact real estate agent Tanya Halford. Tanya is a KDK Capital Regional Realty Partner and can assist you with all of your real estate needs. Contact Tanya today for your free consultation at 225-202-0657.
I'll have a blue Christmas without you.
The Nothing But the Hits Christmas Tour, starring Ronnie McDowell and Friends, is a one-of-a-kind show you don't want to miss. 20 of the music industry's most talented artists and musicians will take the stage in 16 of America's greatest cities in the Nothing But the Hits Tour. See multi-million selling artists like Ronnie McDowell.
Older women are beautiful lovers. I said older women, they understand.
Plus, Jeff Bates.
Starting with some long, slow kisses.
Ken Mellons.
Oh, I'm just an old jukebox junkie.
And Deborah Allen.
But baby, I like when I told you I could walk away.
Plus, Amber Hayes, Tia Goins, Mandy Barnett, Nadira Shakur, and Tommy Cash will do a tribute to his brother, one of the greatest country legends of all time, Johnny Cash.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher.
Don't miss the Nothing But the Hits Christmas Tour, starring Ronnie McDowell and Friends, and featuring some of the greatest icons of country music. For a tour schedule, artist lineup, and ticket information for your city, just go to nothingbuthehits.com and click on Tour Schedule and Ticket Information. And be sure to like Nothing But the Hits on Facebook.
Blue, blue, blue Christmas.
All right, joining me today right here on Radio Random Network. He's been on here many times. He's a good friend of ours, the one and only Mr. Ronnie McDowell. Ronnie, how you doing today, friend?
Buddy, I am live and in color out here in Kansas City.
You're on the Nothing But the Hits tour, and tonight you guys are going to be at Knuckleheads?
Knuckleheads. That's what we're going to be doing tonight. Me and Ken Mellons and Tommy Cash and Deborah Allen and just all kind of artists out here, Jeff Bates. Yeah. And we're just out here having a ball.
Ronnie, you've been on here many times, so we're going to start from now, I guess. So tell us a little bit about the tour. What was the inspiration behind Nothing But the Hits tour?
Well, my friend Danny Raspberry put all this together, and I've been working with Danny since 1980. And every year he'll put together a cruise or a tour or bring me to different parts of the country, and we just have a blast. We have a good time, and Danny, he enjoys music, and all the people that are out here, you know, Danny grew up with them. Danny's from Laurel, Mississippi, and he grew up listening to all this music, and he just loves music, and so that's why we're here, just having a good time.
Y'all got a hell of a schedule to the end of the year. Like I said, tonight, Knuckleheads, Kansas City, Missouri, and you got the 4th at the Crystal Theater in Oklahoma, and you're going to make your way all the way down here to Louisiana and Crowley.
We are, and we're also going to be in Biloxi at the Golden Nugget, and we're just going to be all over the place, but that's okay. You know, we don't get home to about 4 days before Christmas.
Yes, indeed.
That's all right. You know what? We're out here just having a good time, and, you know, we're actually blessed to be working like this. Tommy Cash, who's one of my heroes, with a song called Six White Horses.
Yes.
And I never will forget in '69 when I first heard that song. And Tommy and I, of course, that's Johnny's baby brother, Johnny Cash's brother. And Tommy and I went to see Creed last night, and great movie, by the way. And I never dreamed, and when I was 19 years old, I'd be sitting in a theater with Tommy Cash watching a movie.
Yes, indeed. You know, that's something. You get a day off here and there, Ronnie. What do you guys do on your days off between when you're on a tour like this?
Well, like I say, yesterday we all went to see a movie, and we don't get too many days off, but in between, if we do have a day and we're in a big enough area, there's all kinds of things to do. And but, you know, we start tonight, and there's no stopping. It's like every night. But that's okay. As long as we exercise and eat right and take care of ourselves, we can do it.
That's it. You also, Miss Deborah Allen's on the tour with you guys, correct?
Deborah Allen will be out here singing Baby I Lied.
Yes, indeed, man. I remember listening to that thing and hearing my mom and everybody sing to it over the radio, you know, when it first came out. That's pretty neat. She also has a radio show that you've been on before, too, on Sirius, I believe, right?
Oh, yeah. I was with her about 3 weeks ago on a radio show, and I think that's the second time I've done it, and she does real well with that show.
Yes, indeed. Well, Ronnie, what's in store on the Nothing But the Hits tour? I know you got all these great artists, but what can we look forward to as fans when we come out to see the Nothing But the Hits tour?
Well, that's exactly what you're going to see. You're going to see every artist, like Ken Mellon's doing Jukebox Junkie, Jeff Bates singing Long, Slow Kisses, and Deborah Allen singing Deborah I Lied, Baby I Lied, and Tommy singing Six White Horses and Rise and Shine, and, of course, we'll be doing Older Women and Watching Girls Go By and Bad Reputation, and King Is Gone, and a lot of my records. So just having a good time.
That's what it's all about. Ronnie, I want to thank you so much for always giving us the time of day here on the Radio Random Network. We're looking forward to seeing you down here in Louisiana and in Crowley here in a couple of weeks.
All right, pal, I'll see you when we get there. Take care of yourself.
You too, Mr. Ronnie. Y'all be careful out there on the road, buddy. There you heard it from the man himself, Ronnie McDowell, on the Ronnie McDowell and Friends Nothing But the Hits Christmas Tour. Going to be coming to a town near you. And by the way, that Louisiana date, guys, he's going to be down in Crowley, Louisiana, December 12th at the Grand Opry House of the South. And you can purchase tickets at nothingbutthehitstour.com. You can go to radiorandomnetwork.com. There'll be a link set up there talking about the tour and everything else. Going to be featuring the likes of Deborah Allen and Ken Mellons, Tommy Cash, Amber Hayes, Mandy Barnett, who is Mudtooth's favorite, Tia Goins, and Jeff Bates, and many, many others. So you guys be sure and get your tickets. They're going to be down at the Golden Nugget, like he said, in Biloxi, Mississippi, and Hattiesburg, Mississippi, December 9th. Going to be a great time. With all that said, I'll tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to take a break. We're going to pay a bill, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Mr. Marlon Hargis from Exile. So don't go nowhere.
This is Radio Random Network. Crank it up, party animal.
If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review on iTunes.
All right, my next guest here on Backstage with hashtag RDM right here on the Radio Random Network. He is the keyboardist for the legendary group Exile. I'm talking to none other than Mr. Marlon Hargis. How you doing today, Marlon?
Hey, Russell, I'm doing good. I'm not sure if legendary just means you've been around a long time or old or what, but I appreciate that. And, you know, it's good to be around a long time. It's better than the alternative, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Well, with that said, I mean, is there any kind of secret to longevity in the music industry?
Well, you know, I don't know. I don't know what the secret is. I think one obvious secret is how to take care of yourself, you know, and you know, we've been around, actually the band has been around for over 50 years. I think we're all pretty lucky to, you know, to still be be in good health and able to do what we love doing. And I think that's, if there is any secret, maybe that's it, is we love what we're doing. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. I don't think any of us would want to be slowing down any more than we are. So I think the secret is just to enjoy what you're doing. But if you're doing it just for the money, you might as well hang it up. Because, I think that shows when you're doing your shows and everything. So just enjoy your career is the secret, if there is a secret.
How was your Thanksgiving holidays, friend?
Mine was kind of different. My wife's family is from Arkansas, and well, I won't make any Arkansas jokes.
I thought that's what was coming, but go ahead.
I don't have any relatives, frankly, left. So my wife and I are huge dog lovers, and we have some dogs. So I got dog sitting duty over the Thanksgiving holidays. I got left on the dog sit. So, but that was okay. So it was rather quiet. I did get to spend some time with my grandson, who's a year and a half, that's really kind of the most important thing is family. So my daughter and grandson and son-in-law, I did get to have Thanksgiving dinner, but otherwise I was just hanging with the dogs for the weekend.
Yes, indeed. Well, with all of that said, I mean, holidays is a pretty exciting time for you guys because December 17th, you're going to be performing at the Franklin Theater, and you're going to be performing new songs from your holiday album, Wrapped Up in Your Arms for Christmas.
That's right.
Give us a little inspiration behind the album. Well, we know it's Christmas, but give us a little bit more other than that.
Well, it's interesting. As I said, we've been around for over 50 years, and we have actually never done a Christmas album. I don't know if there was any reason. I just never got around to it.
Right.
And so last Christmas season, we did a few Christmas shows and worked up some Christmas songs. So we said, well, why not do an album? And we've actually been working on it all year. And as you know, a lot of times you're recording albums in the middle of July, for Christmas, it's kind of strange to get in a Christmas mood. But
yeah.
When it's 90 degrees and like the weather here is kind of like it is down in Louisiana. It's hot and humid, but the album we're I think picking up copies tomorrow. I mean, it's just now finished. So we're doing a few shows in the Franklin Theater, which, for those who haven't mentioned, it's in a suburb of Nashville. It's a great old theater that's been renovated and great sound. And we actually did a live album from there a couple of years ago that's available. So we're actually kind of excited to do some Christmas songs. Actually, tomorrow we're getting together to do a rehearsal and kind of rework the songs up, and it's just fun to do those songs. We don't, obviously you only get to do them about once a year. So, and our Christmas, what we call our Christmas shows, we do the first half of the show, we do our hits, as many as we can fit in, about, 45 minutes. And then we switch over and do Christmas songs for the second half of the show. So hopefully it's a blend of our hit songs and then, some of the new stuff from the new Christmas album.
Yes, indeed. Now, the cool thing about the CD release concert there at the Franklin Theater, it's going to benefit the Southern Alliance for People and Animal Welfare. Now, how did you guys get involved with this organization?
Well, actually, you're very knowledgeable, Russell. Most people don't know. It's called SafePaw, and most people don't know what that stands for. So you actually did very well there.
Thank you, buddy.
You did. You actually did some research on this, didn't you?
Oh, yes, sir.
That's great. It's an organization that we became aware of a couple of years ago. As I mentioned, I'm a huge animal lover. Sonny in particular has got a couple of animals, and JP and Les has a couple of dogs. JP's got some cats. We became aware of this organization. It's a group. It's a local group. It's kind of a grassroots thing. It doesn't have a national funding or anything like that. It's a group that helps basically homeless and people who are sort of down on their luck and their animals year round. one thing a lot of people are not aware of is most homeless shelters will not allow pets, to come in with their owners. And if you notice, a lot of homeless people, their best friend is their pet, and this alliance, the people who work with it and for it, they literally go out every day of the year, if it's 100 degrees or if it's 0 degrees, and they'll even go to homeless camps and under bridges and so forth, and make sure people and their pets are cared for, make sure they have food and they have the, blankets and shelter and so forth. My wife is a dog groomer, as a matter of fact, and every few days they'll bring in a dog who maybe hasn't been groomed for a couple of years, is just almost unrecognizable, and she'll groom the dog for free, and the dog is just tickled to death to be looking good and everything. So it's an organization we feel strongly about. As a matter of fact, it's the only charitable organization we've ever worked with, I think, in all our careers. So and this is something this is the second one we've done, and we hope to keep making it an annual event where it's a fundraiser for the organization. And again, if you're an animal lover in particular, it's just a great thing, and we're happy to help out as much as we can.
Yes, indeed. Well, that's pretty awesome. You guys are involved with stuff like that. We're dog lovers here too, so and that's
I don't think personally. I don't think unless you have a dog or a cat, as part of your life, I think it's kind of lacking something if you don't, because it's unconditional love, and so we need to help them as much as we can.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And you were talking about that live album a while ago. It's DVD, Exile Live at the Franklin Theater. You can, everybody listening out there, you can go to exile.biz and get all that information and purchase all the new music and everything. Other than the Christmas album, do you have any more? Do you guys have any more music you guys be working on for next year?
Well, Russell, we just finished this. We're it's an interesting thing. Actually, when you finish an album, and we've been working on this for months. Right now, I don't want to do a recording for a few months. But to give you somewhat serious answer, we'll probably start working on some new material, I'd say in a few months. Now, we've got probably half a dozen songs in the can that we've been recording that we haven't released yet. We're talking about maybe putting out an EP or a full CD next season or next year. But really, I think for a few weeks we want to just kind of, take a little break from recording. We're not taking much of a break from touring. We're actually got dates in January already. We actually just signed with a new booking agency, Buddy Lee Attractions, and they're got a lot of gigs for us. Hopefully we'll be down in Louisiana.
Yes, indeed. Looking forward to seeing you when you get down here. We do follow you, so. We've always had a great time in Louisiana. We over the years, all the way back to the 70s and 80s, we used to work down there a lot. We only get down there a couple times a year, but it's always great, except for the heat and humidity. Yeah, you're not.
But that's something that's better than being in a foot of snow up here. So can't complain about that. But we're just kind of gearing up for another big year of touring and just keeping going. And by the way, I do want to reiterate. You mentioned our website, exile.biz. BIZ. This year, that's the only place you can get the new Christmas CD. So if you want to get it, unless you come to one of our shows.
Right.
So if you want to get a copy, go to exile.biz, and we've got, there's a link on there that puts you into our store, and you can get a copy from there, and it should be available the first of the week to be shipped out. So if you're in a Christmas mood, grab it. I will tell you, it's a little different. We've got like 3 original songs on it. And the other stuff's a little different. We do everything from a Chuck Berry song to Oh Holy Night, and just kind of the Exile versions of more of an R&B version. So it's not your typical Christmas album. We hope we've taken a little different approach, and I think it's kind of album. I don't think you'll get bored listening to it because it's a real range of songs. So we hope everyone enjoys it.
Yes, indeed. Well, Mr. Marlon, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. It's always a pleasure talking with you, man. And when you get down here in Louisiana, we surely going to be watching the calendar and come check you guys out. Always a pleasure to talk with you.
We'll have to do get some crawfish and etouffee and just all kinds of stuff and get that good Louisiana cooking when we get down there.
Hey, that sounds like a plan. I might can hook you up with that. But I know where all the good food spots are, friend.
Well, man, let's put it this way. That's all the partying we do anymore. Find good food. You know?
Yes, indeed.
So I'll take you up on that when we come down.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Marlon Hargis, Exile Band. For more information, go to exile.biz. That's the only place you can get the new Christmas album. They're also on Twitter and Facebook. You can find their handles on there. You can also find them on today's show notes right here at RadioRandomNetwork.com. Thank you so much, Mr. Marlon. We're going to go ahead and get out of here and let you go and get back to your busy day, and we'll talk to you down the road, friend. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for today's episode of Backstage with #RDM right here on the Radio Random Network. I want to send a big thanks to Mr. Ronnie McDowell and Marlon Hargis from Exile for taking time out of their busy day to join me here and talk about all the great things they have going on. Ronnie McDowell with the Nothing But the Hits tour. For more information on that, you can go with nothingbutthehits.com. And for all information on Exile and Marlon Hargis, all you have to do is go to exile.biz, which all links and everything we talked about today will be found in the show notes for today's episode. With that said, don't forget to join us Friday for the Russell and Mud 2 show right here on the Radio Random Network. And, well, I guess that's all she wrote. We'll talk to you next week. Thank you so much for joining us today for Backstage with #RDM.
Tune in every Tuesday at 7:05 p.m. Central Standard Time for a show created for musicians and music lovers alike. Backstage with #RDM. For more information about the hosts, guests, or our other weekly programs, visit RadioRandomNetwork.com.
Thanks for listening.
All
right, Mr. Marlon, we're out, friend.
Good. Yeah, good job. I appreciate you doing some research there. So, frankly, a lot of times people don't have a clue what you're talking about. You know?
Well, I don't like bringing stuff up in case, because sometimes you bring it up, and sometimes artists have so much going on, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, I guess it's kind of hard for everybody to remember everything they're doing. And you know,
I guess so. But you know, that's just part of it. You know, that's part of the job. But like I say, you obviously did your research, and that makes it more enjoyable for me too. It just, you know, it's a lot more fun interview than talking. A lot of times anymore, you'll talk to maybe a really young reporter or something, and frankly, they don't have a clue who you are. They don't have a clue who you are or what's going on or anything. So,
right.
So that's no fun, that's for sure. Anyway, that was very nice. I appreciate it, Russell. It was a good job.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Marlon. We're going to talk to you guys soon, okay?
All right. You take care.
You too.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.